Hello and welcome to The Dark Below. The new Destiny expansion pack came out Tuesday, and it's kind of hot. There's a lot of problems with it. It's very interesting. It's one of its kind. It's first one of its kind where it's, Destiny is still like MMO, RPG, first-person shooter, nothing like it. There's Defiance. You can't really consider DayZ and PlanetSide in the same caliber because they're more like battle arenas more than anything else. But this is Dark Below, the first expansion pack, $20, or if you spend $35, you get both of them. But yeah, it's not good. So the new stuff, they added a new raid, 2 new strikes, 3 new multiplayer maps, and a couple story missions. And the story missions are actually, it's only, let's see, there's one, I think there's only, yeah, nope. There's 3 actual story missions new, and then there's 2 that you can keep on going back. So once you start, let's go to the tower. It's really depressing. I don't know why I'm playing this. It feels more grindier than ever. It's really sad what's going on with this game. It's they've gone back on a couple things. They straight up lied to people. It's a lot of a slap in the face with a dick. If you quit like a month ago and come back now, you would have the same experience as if you rejoined you didn't miss anything. They changed some stuff a month ago, but you really wasted your time playing the game for a month. There's okay. First off, there's marks you have to get. You get them for doing Vanguard stuff, doing events that happen in the world, or doing strikes. Then there's also Crucible marks, which you get for doing PvP. You only get through PvP. With those, you can buy Crucible or faction items, just as armor and weapons. That's Crucible only. Then for Vanguard, that's Vanguard stuff. That's your stuff right here. So I'll show you right here. New weapons. This is the Crucible Quartermaster. He's going to sell new weapons. They all cost 150 marks. You get marks from doing Crucible, 2 for losing, 3 for winning, or 4, something like that. These are all new weapons. They start at 272. They cap out at 331. That is the new max attack of the expansion pack. People that bought it get that. And before it was 300. So last week it was 300. Last week they did a 1.1 update. Put a link in the description to that. Changed a lot of things. They added so you can now exchange marks for this stuff. So it's just like, oh great, everything is mats. All these materials are all done. I can upgrade all this stuff. But you shouldn't have done that because now you need new weapons. The new content for the raid is really hard. It starts at level 30. And for the Vault of Glass, that was last time, you did a 26, all the mobs were 26. If you did it at 28, the 30, all the mobs were 30. When you're doing the Crota's Inn, which is the new raid, all the mobs are 30 to 32. Every level difference you are to the mob is 25% less damage. So the final area, the final event, their mobs are level 32. You're doing 50% less damage than you should be. It's pretty bad. Here's some other stuff.
Rise and shine, Guardian.
They wiped out all the Crucible and Vanguard stuff, Quartermasters and Handlers. Those have changed gears, changed what you get with the. It's still the helms and the breastplates now require accommodations, which require you to be level 3 and above, which is again stupid. Every time you rank up with the Crucible, your faction, or Vanguard, you get a package. A package of the mail will guarantee a Crucible combination or Vanguard combinations. Obtained from, blah, 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 packages awarded on blah, 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 rank increased, rank 3 or higher.
I'll see you.
So that's for that, and then it's also used for weapons. All the weapons for the Crucible and the Vanguard are all different. There's nothing is exactly the same. The Dr. Nope is gone. Devil You Know is gone. Hexcaster is gone. A lot of these weapons are kind of the same. These are practically the fucking same, except for the stability. So, burst rifles. These burst rifles are bad. Burst rifles are always... This one's okay, but pulse rifles, they're also pretty shitty. Scout rifles are nothing major here. And then one hand cannon. Nothing really popping out here. And then you can also, change in your helium. We'll look at the Vanguard, for the Titan Vanguard. So here we have, new armors and all that stuff. Again, these Titan marks, the class armor, requires fucking Vanguard marks. It's fucking hilarious. It's so bad. It's just so bad. I don't understand why the helm requires more. Oh, I actually can get the breastplate. Okay, requires more when it's the chest piece is chest armor is more. Okay.
Oh, you want to run with the hunters?
And then I'll show you the Vanguard and then Dead Orbit stuff, and then we'll get out of there and we'll see what goes on. Or I'll show you the Crota Aries. Come on, sprint. It's really a slap in the face. So 1.1 came out. Farming was now like you didn't need to farm. You could do marks. Marks were like a little bit more valuable, or a little less valuable. I mean valuable as in you can use them for reputation and all that stuff. But then the following week, you didn't want to do that. Here we have the Vanguard stuff. This is kind of a Dr. Nope equivalent. Here we have it's really the same as Atheon Epilogue. Very similar. Oh, crowd control on that. Interesting. That's actually could be pretty good in farming. Here we have another one. This is the up for anything. This is actually a pretty good weapon. It has a lot of good stability for a high rate of fire. Very similar to Hardlight, another one of my favorites. The Devil You Don't Know, or the Devil You Don't, which is another, hand cannon. It's not that great. Perfect balance on a hand cannon that has 5 rounds is pretty shitty. I don't like it. Fusion rifles, blah blah blah. Nothing here major. Nothing major. Then I can just buy shit here. Again, you don't want to do that. You never want to do that. So though the weapons change, the armors change for the Vanguard and Crucible, then the factions haven't changed. The weapons are still the same, so you can pick that up. So the Unwilling Soul, the Crypt Dweller, blah blah blah, all this stuff is the same, except now it's a higher level. The perks are the same. The armors are now different. Yeah. And same with Future Warcraft and New Monarch. The New Monarch has the Vanquisher 8, which is pretty much like the Grim Price, which I think is one of the best auto rifles out there. It's one of the, without going exotic. So that's the items. When you get to level 30, or the new thing is, you have to get marks. You shouldn't have used the marks before. They told you last week that they were going to, Deej, the community manager, said that he will not, the weapons you have are not become useless, but as soon as the patch hits, of course they become useless. With Vanguard and Faction and Crucible, all that armor can get you to 31, making the Vault of Glass now redundant. You shouldn't be doing the Vault of Glass, which is the last raid. Okay, now the new shit. Ares Morn, who is blah blah blah, RP blah blah blah. She is the girl. You talk to her, you get a mission. You do a chain quest. From here, this is how you get into the new strike. Which is, again, really the worst strike I've ever seen. It's poorly designed. It's not really, it's a lot of recycle compared to the other strikes. And so you do that, you come back here, talk to her. She does give extra bounties here. Shit. So she has her own Crota bounties. There's a couple of emblems here. What's stupid? Some shaders that actually look pretty cool. Class armors, synthesis, and then a thing to exchange radiant charge and radiant energy. And then some of these things, these orbs and cores, these are used for other things. At the end of the quest, you are going to get a weapon called the Murmur, which is an interesting, actually pretty interesting fusion rifle. It's fusion rifles are all across the board are kind of the same. None of them do really good stuff until you get the exotic with the Plan C and the Pocket Infinity. This one allows you to change your elemental damage from electric to fire, which is kind of cool. I think it's kind of cool. Yeah. And then, yeah, that's it from her. That's it for the tower. So you got the new weapons and armors across the board, with the faction reps having the same weapons, but just higher level. Xur comes in on Thursday, and I'll throw up a video on that. Or Friday. So now we're back in orbit. We got your quest. You go here. There's a mission that starts here. Then you go to here. Then need to go to the moon, and then you can go to this strike. Where it is here, the Dark Below strike. It is actually very stupid. It's literally the first half is already recycled, and the boss is really stupid, with the final boss being the room is really stupid. In every other boss fight, the Devil's Lair, the summoning pits, the Nexus, and the Winter's Run, Valis Taric, even the Dust Palace, they all have huge rooms that allow for the boss fight to happen. Not in this new Will of Crota. It's very tight. It's really hard to do the boss. The Nightfall is one of the hardest Nightfalls too. It's this week. It's an arc burn, so any arc damage is going to do significantly more damage. But every mob in that zone does arc damage, except for the Captain's shrapnel launcher, which is their main gun, that shoots solar. So you're fucked. This is a really hard one. It's not fun. You are bad. When you do the Nightfall, you are guaranteed loot. Well, not guaranteed, but you will get the new loot. It is a level 30 compared to it's usually 28. Let's see here. Set destination here. So it's a level, 38. 30. 28 is now gone. There's no more 28 content in the game. Even the, I guess there's the heroic. It used to be 22, 20, 26, 24, and 28, I think, is what it is. Now it's 24, 28, and 30. All the level 28 content is now 30, and it's the same. It's the same reward. Same thing with the daily heroic. You get 32, 26, and then 30. The 26 is the same amount of reward you would get last week. So you're doing more work for literally the same loot. It's really stupid. And then once you have that done, that's it. The other PlayStation exclusive is the Undying Mind, which is like the Black Garden. It's the back end of the Black Garden, but reversed. It's actually really shitty in terms of like what it is, but it's like not that bad. It's really stupid. It's very bland. Like it's one of the bland ones. It's on par with the Dust Palace, another PlayStation exclusive. It's just a really bland fight. There's nothing really engaging about it. Again, all boss fights in Destiny are bullet sponges, but what can you do with that? It's a first-person shooter. Then the new Crucible, they got 3 new maps. The playlists are for Clash, which is the 6-on-6, and Rumble, which is the 3-on-3. The three new maps are, hit or miss, but when you get into in this playlist, you're gonna get thrown in with the old maps too. So, and the last is Crota's End. This is really bad. It's really short. So in Vault of Glass, which is over here, it takes about an hour. You can on hard to do it, just like bam, hard. On normal, it takes about 45 minutes to an hour on Crota's End. The first half is a maze. I got a video of that I'll throw up. First half is a maze. You've got to kill a bunch of thralls. It's actually really cool. You gotta keep on going. You go to these lights. You get a debuff. You go on your lights, and then the debuff goes away. You run. You gotta go away from the light, or they explode. Keep on going till you get to this button, and then you gotta sit there and defend it until you have to stay on it so the bridge is created. Once that happens, you run across, and then you get to do another event where everybody has to single-handedly go across this bridge with an item that is dropped by a mob, and shit gets pretty crazy. And then the third event is a really weird event. It's hard to explain, but it doesn't leave loot. There's three events in this boss that yield loot, with 2 chests that we know of. We can confirm. I don't know if there's hidden chests like there is in the vault, but it's very little loot. In the Vault of Glass, you have the oracles, which is the first chest is right in front when you open up the gate. Then you go down, you do the complex, which doesn't yield loot. Then you do oracles, which will get loot, and then Templar, which will get loot. If you do Templar in a certain way, where he doesn't teleport, you get a secret chest. That secret chest will get ascended energy as a shards, and that's it. But it's still loot. Then the next chest in the Gorgons, there's 2 chests there. One of those chests can yield exotics. And then there's Gatekeeper and Atheon. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things for loot. And we're looking at unless there's hidden chests. There's hidden chests in the Crota's End, but it's really hard. The first chest is actually you gotta go through the maze and look for holes in the walls, which is again really stupid. But it's That's it. That's it. That's it. There's not much to this Crota's End. It's actually very depressing. You do the maze, you do crossing the bridge, you do this wizard you have to kill, and then that's Crota. That's it. In Vault of Glass, you do open the gate, do the conflicts, oracles, Templar, navigate the Gorgons, navigate the jumping puzzle, Gatekeeper, and Atheon, and that's it. That's a lot of stuff to do. But right now, my clan is able to one-shot and the bridge and the maze. We're still working on the wizard. We have a checkpoint past the wizard because the wizard doesn't give loot. There is a chest before the wizard, but it requires you to be running real fast. It's very depressing. It's very depressing. It's sad to see that they really didn't put much effort into this. It's a lot of recycling. The new missions, the new strikes is really nothing new. Literally, 1/4 of the Undying Mind is the Black Garden, with 1/3 of the Will of Crota is the Warmind. It's really sad. This really leads a lot to where they go from here. Are they looking at Destiny 2 2016? Do they have plans for what they have? But from what I'm seeing from my friends that play this is like, this is a real slap in the face with a dick. There's a lot of slap in the face with a dick. It's really sad. It's depressing. There's really nothing refreshing about this game. When you're doing the Will of Crota, this new Dark Below, you're literally playing the same mobs in the same area you were doing at the start of the game. It's really stupid. It's now you have to grind again. You need the marks. You need the all that stuff. And again, you're still capped at 100 marks a week, 200 marks total. Also, another thing that really pissed off a lot of people. So another big problem is everybody was hoarding their exotics because the exotics are cool. They're the yellow guns. They have an exotic perk that does cool things. Now you have new items, a bunch of new items, but your vault is now overfilled with weapons. A lot of people talked about, we need more vault space. We need more vault space. They said the same thing for bounties. Now you have 10 spaces, but now you also have another NPC that gives you yet more bounties. And if you have 3 characters like me, you kind of need to do that shit across the board if you want to get that loot. You can have, because you get the combination. You can have one character getting weapons, two characters getting weapons, but they're still getting combinations for every time you rep, and allows you to put those combinations onto another character so you can have more loot. It's really depressing what they're doing here. It's kind of mind-numbing. So I'm almost capped here on my stuff here. And I'm almost at my weekly cap. I have 84 marks, so we'll get this. We'll see. Like, I can get, talk to this guy and I can buy this breastplate. But it's 75 marks. If I go now, I'm not gonna have enough for 2 weeks to buy this. So it's best to hold that off. Zur comes in. Oh, God damn it. Zur comes in on Friday. You can buy new exotics for strange coins. I have 110 strange coins. And from there, I can get, let's hope, a breastplate or a helm. There's also exotic engrams. That could be something. I don't know. But this is not looking good. We'll see how Zur does this week. We didn't raid today. We raided yesterday. We didn't. Everybody, we come to agreements like, no, we need these new items. It's kind of depressing that we have to grind out to this new level, even though we did hard and we really didn't need to. We didn't have to do any raiding to do the Vault of Glass. You can get to level 28 with Vanguard gear, with the exotic, and with that you can then turn that into 31 if you do this new Vanguard gear, but that takes a couple weeks and makes the Vault of Glass redundant. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll throw links in the descriptions for some videos. Expect a video on Zur this week. I'll record it. I don't know when I'll put it up, but as always, thanks for watching, and make sure to